Well, hello, Pisces. Welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I just want to get a look at how that new moon in Gemini is affecting the energy around Pisces. So we're going to dive right into your reading right now and see what messages we get for Pisces, please, Spirit. For Pisces, how is the new moon in Gemini affecting the sign of Pisces? What can you tell us, Spirit? What can you tell us? Wow. Okay, guys, I'm getting like kind of a specific message. And man, I'm interpreting it two ways. So take what resonates, definitely always, and leave the rest, as with all general readings, as with all tarot readings, period. You have... Okay. Okay, this is the message that I'm getting. In the past, things have not worked out. It feels as though you've had like a repeated karmic cycle, or it's like you've gotten close but not quite all the way there, or you've gotten what you thought you wanted only to find out that it really wasn't what you wanted, or it really quickly lost its luster, or you found out that like the good part of it is what you brought to it, the imagination, the vision, the all of that, and that the reality of the thing was not as good as what you kind of brought to the table yourself. I don't know how to describe it, but and so it's almost like it's gotten you to this place where there's like, I just got the song Comfortably Numb, where you are, it's like you kind of don't even really know if what you believe in or what you believe is possible, and it's like you want to continue to hope, because what is it without any hope? I mean, there's a real melancholy vibe here, but we're coming out of it. It's like, it's interesting because the South Node is in Virgo right now, and Virgo always makes me think about looking at all the details. And it's kind of like when you look back on your life and you get bogged down in the, yeah, I wanted that, and then that didn't pan out, or like it either didn't happen or it did happen and it wasn't what I was hoping it was going to be. There's a lot of disappointment, it feels like, here. And it's like, I don't know. And it's like every time I sort of I fall into like a spell, or I fall into a rhythm of sort of looking back, or sort of like, it's almost like, I don't know, it's coming to me like almost like convincing myself that it's just not maybe meant to be for me, or that it's just not going to happen for me, or that all I can expect is sort of more of the same. Pisces, I don't know if this is you or if this is your person's energy, and it could be a bit of mirroring or a bit of both, or it could be a bit of like connecting on the 5D, and this could even be a bit of a warning of not letting other people's energy kind of mess with you. Because here's how it's getting me, okay? There's a message here that is like, if you continue to be hopeful and you continue to work for something, towards something, and you continue to be open to what life is showing you, where it's taking you and what it's teaching you, you're going to get there. Okay? You're going to get there. But if you're someone who looks at the past as evidence that you cannot be happy, or that things can only be the way that they have always been, then that is what is always going to be. And so it's almost like I feel this splitting of ways here, even energetically, of like someone who is very brave and has been patient and sort of waiting for someone to come along, and someone who is comfortably numb. I just keep getting that, okay? So I don't know what that is, but here is the thing. I feel the energy of the Knight of Pentacles here, where it's like, it's really hard for me to do this. Maybe this could be like parting ways energetically with someone. Or this could be, you know, parting ways with that cycle or that period of time or that way of being in your life or for this person. Where it's like I've sort of been in this mode for such a long time that it's hard for me to really think of being any other way. But that Knight of Pentacles energy is that person that just, it's like they don't necessarily know how it's going to work out or where it's all going to lead them, but they just keep putting one foot in front of the other. And it's taking them closer and closer to what they're trying to manifest in the physical world, in reality. And you have this first quarter moon, so it could be like the first quarter, like as the moon builds, right? We go from the new moon, which is dark, right? We don't have any illumination of the moon or a very, very small percentage. And it grows into the energy of the full moon. So for the first quarter, so what is that? The first 7 days, the next 7 days, right? It may be that like doing this or taking this route or taking this path, this Knight of Pentacles energy may be very, very, very difficult, okay? So if you feel this is your person and you want to help them, you can send them encouraging messages of, I know you can do it, I know you got this, you know, to help them sort of get their wheels out of the mud, it feels like. I don't know, you guys, this is okay. So then, you know, but, and if this is you, you say those things to yourself. You got this. You can do this. You know, this is a worthy endeavor. Never has there been a more worthy endeavor than you reaching whatever it is that you want to reach for in this life. So it's kind of like really being very encouraging to yourself or energetically to someone else. It's building to something here. You do have the new moon in Aries energy here, which happened back in April. And it could be that something happened in April, or you may have manifested something really specific with the new moon in Aries. And it may be something that is gaining strength, or something that now we're getting an opportunity to actually take action on it. Manifesting, right, is where we're calling it down from the ethers into reality, which is an action. Ooh. This may be about communication. My throat is getting all really... Hold on, let me get some tea. I just had this like real swelling feeling in my chest, and then my throat, it was like, I can't. Anyway, it can be where, you know, that is an action. Manifesting, pulling something down from the ethers into reality is definitely an action. God, it's happening again. But this may be an actual tangible physical step. Like, now we have opened up that opportunity, and now we're taking a physical step. Then you have a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. So we are moving toward resolution. We are moving toward something coming into full view here. Cancer season obviously is next, but the full moon in Cancer happens in December, January, the end of December, beginning of January, during Capricorn season. I'm feeling a really strong energy around Cancer. I don't know if, I can't tell if it's Cancer season or Cancer the sign. Maybe some of you are dealing with Cancers or have a strong Cancer placement in your chart. It does feel emotional in nature. You guys, seriously. You're getting attraction. Attraction says supermoon, and I'm pretty sure the Pisces supermoon, the Pisces new moon was a supermoon, I want to say, this year. I'm not sure. But I feel, I'm going to say 75% sure. And I just looked up when is the next supermoon, and it in 2025, and it said October 7th. So that would be the full moon in Aries. So this could be related to something that was being manifested at the new moon in Aries for sure. Some of you could be dealing with an Aries or also have strong Aries placement in your chart, but I am getting more with the Aries energy of, it's talking about the moon cycle. And then the supermoon card came out, and then October 7th, and it shows a full moon. It doesn't say full moon in Aries, but it shows a full moon. It says there will be 3 consecutive supermoons in 2025, 7 October, 5 November, and 4 December. The harvest moon, the beaver moon, and the cold moon. So these are definitely full moons. So that is the full moon in Aries. So that is the completion of this moon cycle. And usually it's like what we manifest at the new moon, something is revealed at the full moon. So you are a powerful manifester. I am really getting that. I am getting here, you have power and you have abundance here, and this abundance card really feels like the Empress. And what it feels like is the energy of someone who sits in the Empress energy and summons, uses their power to sort of create the reality that they want, rather than somebody who's chasing, somebody who's forcing, somebody who's insecure, somebody who doesn't really believe in themselves or their ability. And I got this at the very beginning of your reading, so I kind of feel like we're talking about your person's energy with those Moonology cards. They may be trying to summon the courage to kind of come in to make something happen, to take an actual step. It feels to me that, if this is somebody, they are really it's like trying to find the courage to do what they actually really want to do, or to do what they've already made up their mind to do. But I feel it is like there is some time coming where you are going to reap the rewards of this energy of sitting in the divine feminine and summoning what you want to you. It will come to you. Some form of abundance will come to you. Okay, you have time to move on the bottom of the deck. Wow. Pisces, I honestly, oh my God, I feel like this just happened. You have a 21 and then you have a 33. And 21 is 3 when you add it up, but I think it was 12 last time. This is like a recent reading. Now you have 333. And then look at this. You have 4, 4 on this, and then 4, 2 here. So you have 3 4s and 3 3s. Progress is being made. Pay attention to signs and synchronicities, angel numbers. I honestly feel with the time to move on, it says flow with the universe and see where it takes you. I feel as though you're making this decision, or you have made this decision. And I do feel like this has been a bit difficult of a decision for you to make, but I feel like you were following the path of another, or it's almost like you were holding space for someone here, waiting for them to come back, kind of trying to shine your light on them, hoping that they would reflect it back to you, almost like, I'm going to give you unconditional love, and I'm going to, send this energy out to you. I'm going to believe in you. I'm going to be the source of light for you. And I'm going to hope that that light is going to bring about like growth, change, introspection, clarity. But it says your path is being redirected to where it should be. I think you did that for as long as possible. It held you stagnant. It prevented you from moving. It also prevented you from directing that light in other directions, like in your own life or for yourself. When we are giving someone that much energy, someone like that much attention, that much focus, when we are even allowing ourselves to daydream about that person, or think about how perfect that person is, or think about the life that could have been. All of that is energy. That's creation energy. And it's all being directed in a specific place that is stagnant, that's not moving, that's not responding, that's not growing. And it could be directed towards something that has the potential to grow, that has the potential to respond. I'll just put it like that. And then it says, you're healing your heart. The heart hurts, but it will mend in time. I feel like part of the holding space for this person was giving time and opportunity for you to come to a place of peace. Healing a lot of times is coming to a place of peace and acceptance with what is, with what has transpired, with what is happening, with what has actually been revealed through your experience and your effort. And this is kind of giving me that, you have been here holding space for this person, giving them the opportunity for a sufficient amount of time for you to be at peace, for you to walk away knowing that you gave this every opportunity that it had. You saw the potential, you allowed yourself to feel, you allowed yourself to fully embrace the opportunity that was provided for you, I feel like divinely, and you gave it everything you had. And ultimately at the end of the day, one person cannot fuel, 2 people. I just got accepted in the womb. Whenever that happens, that's just so funny to me. It's referring to the creation energy. Wow. Right. Okay. Anyway, this is why it's time to move on, because this is about creation. This is about the infinite possibilities. This is not the only possibility. There are infinite possibilities. There are so many possibilities. And, at some point it becomes, it's giving me the word specifically futile. And then that's kind of taking me to this word fruitless. Like, if something does not bear fruit in a reasonable amount of time in a gestation period, I don't know why, it's like really referring to giving birth here. This could be like 9 months. I don't know. But it's giving me so many birth references. Maybe it's time to give birth to something else, or to give another one of the infinite possibilities a chance, a shot. You have stay the course. It says you are moving in the right direction, and it says miracles happen. Give the universe your clear intention. And when I say this, I'm not saying, you know, stay the course of walking the path of another. No. I'm talking about this energy of like the Knight of Pentacles, that like, even though it's hard and we don't know where it's going and we don't know what's about to come, or you know, we're not necessarily, you know, it's like, it's always easier when we see the potential somewhere to stick with that and just ride out that potential. But potential is potential. Potential is no guarantee of success. Potential means that potentially, yeah, okay, it could be something. But there's no like, okay, it's probably going to end up being something, or, you know, there's no greater thing than, it could be. You know what I mean? So what is that, and what are you willing to bank on that, you know? And isn't there a whole life and energy and all this stuff that you want to experience? And isn't the point experiencing it, not experiencing it only with that person? It's really like, oh man, it's telling me you have let something go. You have come to a place of peace with something, or you are coming to a place of peace with something. And it may be hard and it may be tempting, and you may want to go back and return to that potential or return to that person. It's hard to hold space for something that you don't know what it is. But it is telling me, stay true to it. Stay true to the course. Believe in it. Have hope in it. Know that you are in an Empress energy. You are a creator, and you do have the power to summon these things to you. This is the full moon. There is a full moon. I feel like it could be the full moon in Cancer, but I am actually getting that Cancer every time I say it. It's like either the time period of Cancer season, or a person with strong Cancer, and that person could even be you. But this is just an energy of giving birth, of something brand new, of just coming to a place of peace with the past, and putting all of that energetic focus into birthing something new, into one of the other infinite possibilities out there available for you, Pisces. And it's not to say that this past person isn't going to come around, because I definitely feel the energy of someone who definitely either, I feel they have a plan in place already, or, you know, they at least in their own mind are going over like, okay, I could do this, I could say this, I could show up like this, you know, I want to, but ultimately, will they be brave enough? Potentially, but what is potential, you know? All right, let's dive into the tarot here. Miracles do happen, and it is important not to lose our faith in that. It's important not to let our mind drift backwards or get wrapped up in someone else's energy that is more hopeless or more pessimistic in the 5D, and let that sort of drain you and drag you down. It's not about convincing anyone of your worth or your value, or or convincing them of theirs. We can't do that. All we can do is say, my life, my moment, this breath has worth, has value, and how do I want to spend it? And the recognition that even our energy of daydreaming or fantasizing or hoping or manifesting someone back into our lives is energy we could spend in another way. And it is important energy, you know? It's valuable. It has worth. It has its own potential. You are the creator. You know, how much time do you want to give to that? How much energy do you want to give to that? Yeah. So, we're getting really strong Virgo energy here. The Nine of Pentacles is Virgo. The Hermit is Virgo. Some of you maybe, and we also have the South Node, which is in Virgo. Some of you may have Virgo in your charts, or you may be dealing with a Virgo here. I feel like you're walking away from a Virgo potentially. You see how this Prince of Wands is like, got his focus forward and is like potentially going up these stairs, and it's like maybe you finally have now gotten the attention of someone who is paying attention to something else. because you're energetically walking away, or possibly elevating because he's going up the stairs. You're following your passion. Everything about this Prince of Wands card is up. It's all up, upward energy to me. And everything about this Virgo energy is stagnant. It's interesting. It's really interesting because in this Hermit card, I'm really attracted to this energy of like she's dropping this rainbow aura out of her hand and she's holding this wheat here, this wheat sheath. It's kind of like someone who's holding on to their own abundance or holding on to the potential, but sprinkling this magical, like, this is what it could be like kind of energy out there. I don't even really know how to say it other than that, but like, even symbolically, I know this is like earth, but it's pointing down. And it is an energy, it's giving me this energy of breadcrumbing or baiting and switching, or it's like, yes, I hold all this potential, and you know, I have shown you the abundance that's possible here, or you know, I always associate the rainbow with the 10 of Cups, the emotional contentment that could be had here, but I'm not really offering that tangibly to you. I'm just sharing the vision with you. You see what I'm saying? It's not actually happening in reality. It's just, I'm letting you see what it could be like. I do not know, you guys. I don't know. This reading, it just feels kind of crazy. In the 9 of Pentacles, you see there's almost this rainbow coming in. And it feels like someone who has been stuck. But with these 9 Pentacles, it's giving me this energy of following the path of another, where it's like, I am here holding space for you, holding space for this vision, holding space for this hope, holding space for the potential of the 10 of Cups here. But as I'm doing that, I'm actually making tangible strides. And that is what has led me to this path where I'm able to walk away free and clear and not even linger or think about this, because I'm taking tangible steps upward. This even has a scythe in their hand. It's like cutting something off. It's like, you know, you have given me everything that you could give me. You've given me this vision, and I waited to have the vision become a reality with you, but you held it back. You never gave it to me. So in the process of waiting for you to give me what I wanted, while I held your path, while I was willing to look at it your way, while I was willing to kind of almost like be under your spell is sort of how it is giving me, I ended up amassing quite a bit for myself here. And now I've reached this point where I have gotten the most abundance I can get on my own from this connection. And because you're holding back, you're not giving me this next level of abundance, I'm cutting this off. You know, I have been following the path of another, and now I'm being redirected to where I should be, which is this elevating path, this raising up energy. I know this is very abstract, and I am kind of sorry about it. It's just, it is really coming through. Like, I literally saw spinning mud, and I could like smell the mud. Like, they're spinning their tires in mud and getting stuck. Up here somewhere, I felt that, and I could like taste it and smell it. Yeah, see, something has become very clear to someone to the point where they have to cut something off. It's like, you showed me the vision, and it's almost like because you showed me the vision, you had my undying loyalty. You had, like, it was such a beautiful vision. It was something that I wanted. So I held the space for you. So I tried to get you to catch up to where we would both have to be in order to live out that vision. I held the space for you. I shined my light on you. I tried to help you, grow. I tried to give you space. I tried to, like I feel in this energy of I've done everything I could do, but it's like ultimately with the Nine of Pentacles here, all it did was take me to a place where I'm no longer able to wait because there's no growth here for me. In order to have the Ten of Pentacles, it has to be shared. So it's like you're not willing to share it with me. So I've gotten myself through this journey, through this process of even holding this space for you, to this really tangible place that I cannot overlook, where this is the maximum I can have on my own without that wheat that you're holding in your hands and that you're not sharing. I hope this makes sense. And so with that scythe and with this King of Swords, there's this energy of taking control. This King of Swords is also telling me that there has been a very transformative process here. The Nine of Pentacles, they always talk about, like, in Rider-Waite, there's like a little snail on the bottom corner of the card that, like, this is a card that we don't achieve overnight. It's not like, oh yeah, I just got to the Nine of Pentacles, like, boom, like that. No, this is something where it's like I'm continuously putting effort in and making these healthy, good choices and learning and growing and investing and working and mastering myself. And that is what has led me to this Nine of Pentacles energy. It didn't happen overnight. It happened over time. So this could be something that you've been waiting on for a long time. But with this King of Swords, it is also, because the Eight of Pentacles, right, is self-mastery. The Seven of Pentacles is investing and tending and nurturing and, learning and growing. And, sometimes it's trial by error of, I planted this crop in full sun and turns out it needed shade. And so I had to, it's that learning through doing, through experiencing energy. And this King of Swords is someone who has learned how to master their thoughts, has learned how to, especially when it comes to relationships, when our heart is on the line, and especially like if you're a Pisces, right, which I'm guessing that the majority of people that are watching this, like 90% or more of you are Pisces or have a strong Pisces placement in your chart. There's an energy here of having to learn how to guard my thoughts, having to learn how to protect myself and to have boundaries, even energetic boundaries, even boundaries with my own thoughts. Not letting myself go there, not letting my thoughts overtake me, learning how to control my thoughts, learning how to use my thoughts to my benefit, learning how to, overcome and heal and find peace and find clarity in a messy situation, in a situation that's not in my control. And in that way, relationships are teachers. And so sometimes they teach us when we're right in front of the person and we're going through the ups and downs with them. And sometimes they teach us in the absence of, but still the connection to the person. Do you see what I'm saying? And sometimes we do our most growth in that place where we want to cave, we want to give in, we want to send the, 10-page text message novella that says, you really hurt me when you did this, and like I was just looking for this and this is what I want, or the emotional reaction or response, reaction really I'll say, of trying to hurt somebody because they've hurt you, or trying to seek revenge on somebody, or wishing for someone's downfall, or all those lower vibrational tendencies that we have when we're hurt, or when we're just untrained. You know what I mean? We have to train ourselves in this life. And I think that, like, if we came with an instruction manual, it would be like how to train yourself, you know, how to train. And the number one probably thing that we have to learn in this life is how to train our thoughts, because our thoughts are so incredibly powerful. They shape our reality. And they oftentimes, unless we mindfully control them, they control us. And so it is showing me someone that has experienced a huge amount of growth personally and spiritually with their thoughts, and with sort of detaching from their emotions and not letting their emotions, you know, create these reactions that, you know, are something that have to be really recovered from. There is a really beautiful part of the energy of the King of Swords where we are so discerning and so in control that we don't say and do the things that we end up regretting, right? It is a lot about reserve, and it is a lot about not giving a voice to our emotions. When we speak and act emotionally, oftentimes we do have regrets. Oftentimes we do feel we need to apologize, right? And so when we're in this sort of semi-detached energy of the King of Swords, and we're in control of our thoughts, and we have learned how to, you know, sit with an energy that is uncomfortable, and sit with an outcome that we don't want, you know, that is not what we are hoping for, or not what we're looking for. It is a teacher. And it has clearly taught this person, Nine of Pentacles, King of Swords, some really incredible lessons about abundance, about having what you want, getting what you want, and how it is a journey inside the self, and it is a journey of mastering our own thoughts, okay? And with this Prince of Wands being clarified by the Sun, first of all, strong Leo energy here. But it's an energy of, you know, Leo, it has the largest heart in the zodiac. And oftentimes, you know how Leo kind of has that reputation of being arrogant. The Leos that I know well, if they come across kind of arrogant, it's usually because they've been stung or they've been hurt, because they have such a gregarious, big heart. And once it gets hurt, it's very quick to react, to protect. And what protects us? Our ego and our pride, right? And so I think that's why Leo has that sort of reputation of being egoic and prideful and arrogant. It's a reaction, right? And so anyway, we have this Sun and this Prince of Wands energy where it's like someone who has clarity, someone who is healing, and someone who understands their own happiness and what happiness actually is for them, and, you know, is on a journey. I don't want to say to find happiness, because happiness is with us all along, or else we'll never find it. It will always be this alluring thing that's out there that we're chasing forever. And I think, you know, this person, I feel they are the person that can find happiness in the mundane. They are someone who can find happiness, great joy in a parking space that's close to the front of a store, or you know, getting somewhere 10 minutes faster than they usually do without speeding just because traffic was so good, or opening their closet to find their favorite pair of jeans clean on Saturday morning, you know, or their favorite vendor at the farmer's market, or, you know, whatever, the whistle in their tea kettle, the plant that bloomed, you know what I'm saying, like whatever. And those are moments of happiness, and that is what the Ten of Pentacles is those really mundane moments that add up, that are a life well lived, you know. So you have this energy of someone who is elevating, someone who is seeing clearly, someone who is really focused on their happiness and in finding joy in small things, in small moments, in just finding joy in doing the things that they want to do, like being allowed and able to follow their own happiness. You know, especially for someone who has been following the path of another, or, you know, putting their energy of putting their energy toward trying to light something that doesn't light, trying to fill a cup that doesn't fill. And, you know, that is so draining and so hopeless and so discouraging. When you're like waiting and putting all this energy toward it, and it just doesn't seem to matter. It just doesn't seem to be taking hold. It doesn't seem to be changing. And then you start to you call your energy home, and you start to put it towards the things that matter to you, the things that you are passionate about, the things that you desire. And you start seeing things in a different way. You start, instead of your happiness relying on the other person to change or to respond or to show up, your happiness comes from the things you're able to provide for yourself, your own perspective, your own perception, your own way of looking at things. The staying present in the moment, not getting super anxious about the future and not getting super depressed about the past, but just staying in the present moment and feeling the sun on your face, you know, whatever it is that brings you joy. We all have different quotients. I mean, I think for humans, you know, seeing a baby, I think that makes pretty much all of us happy, or a puppy or a kitten. I think that makes a lot of people happy. You know, there are some commonalities, walking into a bakery and taking a deep breath, and just smelling that incredible freshly baked bread smell. You know, whatever it is, seeing a flower bloom, whatever it is. But it is taking the opportunity to notice that, and taking the opportunity to consciously recognize the happiness that is bringing you, and have gratitude for it. With the Four of Wands here, this is talking about manifestation. This is where we are calling down from the ethers into reality what we want. And you can see the process is happening here because someone is now in control of their thoughts. They're not spending all their thoughts on how do I get this wheat. They're spending their thoughts on the joy and the happiness of the present moment, and the pursuit of their ability to pursue their own passion in this world, in this life. And their gratitude for the abundance that exists, and even the abundance that they got in pursuit of this connection. And the lesson, the knowledge, the mastery, the self-mastery that occurred. But you're definitely calling something down here into reality, and it does feel like a deep soul connection. It does feel like a committed relationship here. Something that this person probably was never able to give you. Wow. It's cold and lonely. You guys, I swear to God, I heard a song from Reality Bites over here. That movie, you know, with Winona Ryder. It's on the soundtrack. By the fruit of another. Tempted by the fruit of another. Okay, and then now, with this, it's cold and lonely in, I think it's Meatloaf, the deep dark night. Is that Paradise by the Dashboard Lights, maybe? I'm hearing all of this music. I'm getting such strong, sensory things that it's like affecting my taste, it's affecting my smell. I don't know how to describe this, so I don't know, take what resonates from that, but it's cold and lonely in the deep dark night. There's someone here who is watching you make other plans. They are seeing you transfer your energy away from them. And they are seeing you planning and strategizing toward something different in your life. And you're not focused on them, you're not chasing them, you don't even care what they're doing, it feels like. And they're feeling it, and it feels very cold and very lonely, and now their attention is hardcore on you and what you're doing and who has come into your life. And then you have this Ten of Swords. It's not easy for them. It's killing them. It's also giving me this energy of, you know, it's fine that for them, for you, it's finally over, right? Because you're at the Nine of Pentacles, so you have to leave in order to pursue the Ten of Pentacles. So that's the ending you're going for here. For them, it's finally over for them because they have the Ten of Swords here. Which ending would you prefer? The Ten of Pentacles or the Ten of Swords? Something that's very difficult and draining, that you can't stop thinking about, that your mind keeps returning to the things where you're very critical of yourself and others, where you're beating yourself up, where it's just really draining. You can get no peace from it mentally. Or, man, I got myself to a really good place, and in order to get the next step, I've got to have someone to share it with. So I am, you know, coming back into my own energy with the Queen of Cups, and I am looking forward with a plan and making a strategy about where I'm going and you know, what I'm looking for in another person, or potentially even who you have been waiting for, who you have been calling in towards you, who you have been manifesting. The Three of Wands is oftentimes where our ships come in, where this person arrives. Perseus arrives. So this person is going through a really difficult ending, very mental, very stuck in their head, very like going over it, very draining, very painful. Probably more painful than it needs to be, but this is their teacher. And you are moving forward with a lot of hope and a lot of optimism from a very secure and solid place of your own true authentic energy here. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, does Spirit want to give you a message, or does Spirit want to give you a message? The only two tens that we didn't talk about. How funny is that? This reading is bizarre, and I hope that it is like legible. But yeah, this person is wide awake and aware of everything that is keeping them stuck. For some of you, this person really does want to come forward. They are very nervous. They are very, they're spying, they're anxious, I can feel. But they have not closed out this difficult cycle that they have been in, that has been keeping them stuck. They haven't closed it out. They had all this time to deal with this, to look at it, to close it out. But instead of doing that, they chose to stay stagnant, you know, waving this magical rainbow aura of what could be over you. And just keeping you there, keeping you both stuck instead of transforming or changing. But you were changing the whole time. And as a result, look at your ending. Your ending is, and I finally have someone that I can share it with. I finally have gotten myself to a place, and I am in this space of being able to experience this emotional contentment with another person, and my ship has come in. With the Six of Wands, you're looking very victorious. Your energy is very confident. You're very secure. You are coming into alignment with this sort of new energetic signature of someone who, you know, you didn't just arrive here. You know, the Nine of Pentacles says you worked very hard to get here. You know, you put up with this. You almost put yourself through this cycle yourself, through this person, and through dealing with this person, and through holding space for this person in order to become. But you were open to growth. You were open to change. You were open to transformation. You were open to becoming your best self. Where this person is, I feel like, kind of sometimes too afraid of it. Very different outcomes here. You didn't waste your time. I don't know why I just got that. How weird. Oh my God. You guys, seriously, this person, as we can see, is blocked. There's interference, there's drama, there's chaos. You know, you have blockage upon blockage. And this is just, you know, they may have even surrounded themselves by kind of lower vibrational energies who also don't want them to progress beyond this space. But they have seen and they know what's possible by watching you. And look, you have the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. Pisces, that's a very serious, very beautiful, very incredible relationship coming in here. Like, if this was a personal reading, I would be like, hello, it is a matter of time. And this, when I do personal readings and this comes out, I have never known it not to actually happen. And so this person is feeling the loss, because not only are they feeling the loss of you, but they're also facing sort of what you have created. Look at the baby in the womb. What you have created. You know, and now they're seeing the vision that you held for them, that what you thought was possible with them, and they're seeing you have it with someone else. And they 10 of Wands, 5 of Wands says they cannot come towards you. They cannot make this happen. They cannot be the one to show up. And maybe you already even have someone else, or you will have someone else. And so now they're finally feeling the loss. Now this ending is really hitting them like a ton of bricks, like it has hit you, you know, in the past. You've got a new beginning coming in real fast here, Pisces. Real fast. 8 of Wands, Knight of Swords, 2 of the fastest cards in the tarot deck. That's why I think it's Cancer season. I'm sitting with this energy right now because I am trying to determine if for some of you this is a past person coming back. The Ace of Cups suggests that this is something brand new. And this is a brand new opportunity from the universe. And as we're leaving this past person's energy, it is really sad. It is really heavy. It is really like, yeah, you got nothing but loss. Like even because they were not really willing to change. They were staying stagnant. They weren't really willing to like grow and open up and risk. They were just sort of like, well, my life has kind of always sucked, so it's always gonna suck. I've always been disappointed, so I'll always be disappointed. So they sort of dangle this like potential out in front of you, but never offer anything materially. You know, they never offered the wheat. And so all you ever had was the potential. And you finally got sick of it, and you grew waiting for it. You grew in the process of being patient and trying to hold space for this person and trying to give this person an opportunity to rise up and meet your occasion. And, you know, you grew to a point where you could no longer wait, where you had reached your potential growth in the situation as it was. And because the other person wasn't changing or transforming at all, and wasn't offering you anything besides that, you had to move on because there was nowhere else for you to go with that. And you were ready to move on to something beautiful by the time that came to pass. So I guess for me, just because this is a general card reader, a general card reading, I'm sorry, I'm going to say here that if this person is able to rise up through their pain, through their fear, through their stagnancy, through all of those blockages, then they may be coming forward to speak their truth. They may be coming in with some kind of communication. But that's where I'm going to leave that storyline. Okay, you're welcome to follow it however you want. Otherwise, I do feel like the universe is like, Pisces, you don't even have to wait that long. You've gotten yourself to this place. We are so proud of you. We are coming in with this opportunity. for a new beginning in love. And this is something that is going to reflect back to you the growth and the choices that you made, those really positive choices that you made that have led you to this place of stability and abundance and growth. You're moving forward obstacle free here, Pisces. You have a lot of communication energy coming in. And Gemini is, the ruled by Mercury in the sign of communication. And so I do feel that you definitely have, this is something coming in. It's coming in fast, it's coming in swift, and it's coming in a way that suggests a lot of growth and expansion and very little obstacle. Really none. There's no obstacle here. Wow, yes. So you're getting the 8 of Wands again with the 6 of Pentacles this time. Oh my God, and the Star card energy on the bottom of the deck. Wow, wow, wow. Gorgeous energy. Pisces, this is where everything changes. This is where there's so much forward momentum in your life. There's this huge push forward. And you're aligning with your wish fulfillment here with the 6 of Pentacles and the Star card. The 6 of Pentacles can be like, karma hasn't felt fair to you. It feels like you've been putting a lot in and not getting a lot out. Well, this is where the universe evens the score. This is a fated moment in your life where your wish fulfillment comes into play, where it all comes in, where it's all possible, where, with the 8 of Wands being here in 2 places. First of all, the 8 of Wands can be Cupid's arrow, so this can be a new person coming in. But secondly, it's also this very swift energy of like being with the flow. And you are with the flow. What you want, the energy of what you are wishing for is in the flow of the universe. This is a divine time for you to make a lot of progress toward your wish fulfillment, toward everything that you've ever wanted. This is something that you have fought for. This is something that you have been waiting for. This is something that at times it's like you didn't even see it on the horizon. You didn't even, at times you may have even kind of given up a little bit because it felt so unfair. Like all of the results you were getting may have been very disappointing, may have been a lot of letdowns. It just sort of felt like the ships were passing you by, but they were never really coming into your harbor. And you just fought through it. You just kept fighting. And the biggest thing of all that we have to fight, right, is our self-defeating thoughts. And those thoughts that tell us that, hey, maybe we're never going to get that. Maybe it's not for us. These are the things the world wants us to believe. But no. And you have the Lovers card here. I do definitely think you have a very strong soulmate coming in. Against all odds. Oh my God. I do not know, you guys. Okay. Yeah, don't let your thoughts defeat you at this time. Wow. Okay, I say that and you have Saturn here with the World card. Keep your thoughts pure and clear, Pisces. Everything is about to become very clear to you. You're about to get the answers that you are looking for. You have the Empress here and the Ace of Swords, strong Libra energy. But you also have Taurus, strong Taurus energy with the World and the Empress. But there's just this energy here of you have learned many lessons and you have closed out that cycle, and now everything is becoming clear. Why you had to go through what you had to go through, why those things didn't work out that you wanted to work out. It's all becoming very clear. It was all meant to bring you into your own divinity and show you your own divinity and bring you to this place where you knew your own worth and value and that nothing could separate you from it. Where you are the co-creator with the universe of your own, oh my God, hopes and dreams. Wow. Oh my God, you guys. Jeez, it is something, this is a rapid change that is happening in your life. This is like, this happens extremely suddenly. It sort of feels like it comes out of nowhere. You have the Ace of Swords clarified by the Two of Cups. This is like, you are going to meet someone and you're going to have soul recognition. It's going to be very clear right away that this is karma rebalancing. This is the person that you manifested in your life. This is a healthy, balanced, symbiotic relationship. The Empress is being clarified by the Devil in reverse and the Full upright. You have let go of the thoughts that are no longer serving you. Anything that was preventing you from being able to move freely in life and create the life that you want and to take these big leaps of faith and just really go for it in life and follow your passion and have the life that you have always wanted, you're letting that all go. And as a result, like, it's almost like you're shifting a timeline here with the World card and the Tower being on the bottom of the deck. It's like you're moving into an alternate reality, a completely different experience. I give up. The Emperor is underneath the Tower. You have someone coming in. You have someone that can match your divinity. And they are coming in out of nowhere. Very unexpectedly. It is going to completely transform your life. It is going to shake things up in ways that you just cannot even imagine. For some of you, this can be someone that is coming in to offer you something that they did not offer you in the past, that they were not capable of offering you in the past. But I do not want you to get hung up on that, because I think that that is for a very, very, very small few. You have Aries, Scorpio, Aquarius, Capricorn, Libra, Leo, Taurus, Virgo. A lot of different energies here. Guys, Empress, Emperor, Tower, like, whoa, something major is shifting and changing right here, right now. All right, Pisces, let me get you some message cards. If you're dealing with a water sign, you got twin flames. You changed my whole direction. Wait for me. You were so unexpected. Controlling. If you are dealing with a fire sign, you have hopeful, resentment. If I had only known then what I know now. You are hard to forget. Guilt. I remember everything that you said. If you're dealing with an earth sign, I am ready for more than just texts. I don't care what people think anymore. Good intentions. You deserve more. Cold. I regret how I handled things before. I thought about reaching out, but I don't know what to say. If you're dealing with an air sign, you're getting old flames, secret, I can't walk away, I can't stop thinking about you, anxious, you are the only one who truly gets me, and I want to talk to you. Pisces, this is what I have for you. I really hope it helps. I hope it brings you some peace and clarity. And if it does, let me know. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Guys, this energy is off the chain. I'm really excited and I'm really hopeful. All right, until next time, guys, I am sending you off with all my very best. Always, always, always. Bye-bye.